Norwich. Norwich release Gary O'Neill. No, Gary. No. Why'd you have to leave us, Gary? Run the intro. So, depressing Norwich news aside, we're back for what is undoubtedly the biggest game of the England save so far. It is the quarter-final in the European Championships against Russia. Massive game. If we can win this, then if I show you the quarter-final side of things, there's potentially some quite easy opposition to get in the semi-final. But before we can look at that, we've got to concentrate on Russia to begin with. This is the team lineup we're going with today. As you can see, we've still got a lot of people requiring rest. A lot of tired players in the side. One of the only people who is actually fit in the squad and who is actually on form is Danny Drinkwater. Now, his work rate, stamina is just at a phenomenal level at the moment. He is the only one who really I'm relying on at this tournament, but I'm literally just waiting for him to cross over that line as well. This is going to be the starting 11. So we've got Jack Butland in goal. We've got a back four of Kyle Walker, John Stones, Chris Smalling and Aaron Cresswell. Now, ideally, I'd have Nathaniel Klein in ahead of Kyle Walker, but he's a little bit on the more tired side than Kyle Walker is. We've got Eric Dyer as the holder midfielder, Drinkwater, James Ward-Prowse in the middle as the midfield two. We've got Sterling, Oxlade-Chamberlain on the wings, and Harry Kane up top as a target man. So, on the bench, we've got some pretty decent options. However, Callum Wilson is out. Obviously, we know about that. He's out for 2 weeks. He's pretty much out for the rest of the tournament. Jordan Henderson has just come back, or is in the process of coming back from a calf strain. I've actually put him in the squad, but I'm not going to even bother risking it. He's got 1 or 2 days left from that. And then, fingers crossed, he can actually become a massive part of the tournament. Potentially in the semi-finals and the final, but who knows? As I said, this is what's currently going on in the European Championships at the moment. So quarterfinals, obviously we're playing Russia, we know about that. Holland, Poland. Neither one of those teams particularly scares me. So I wouldn't mind being drawn up against either one of those two. Germany, Turkey, yeah, I mean Turkey, how they've got to this point, I don't know. But Germany are facing them. And then France and Spain. Now, yeah, I mean, actually, haven't looked at it. There's probably only one tie I would like in the semi-final, but as I said, we've got to concentrate on Russia to begin with. Sam Vokes is still up there with 4 goals scored in the tournament. I believe they just got knocked out of the second round. Yeah, they did. 1-0 by Poland. Did Sam Vokes get himself on the score sheet? No, Chris Gunter did. Wow, what a tournament. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get into the game. Come on, boys. So, the guys at Sky Bet slightly make England the favourites in this game, although the draw and the Russia odds are still pretty decent from a betting point of view. It's really, really tough to call. However, the guys at worldsoccer.com have said that it's not going to be an easy time picking a winner, but I think England will edge it. It's just incredibly, incredibly tight. If we look at the Russian teams, obviously, because some names that really stand out on there. A couple of names in the defence are good. Akinfeev, Shatov, Cherchiv and Gerzakov up top. There's a lot of players there, but they haven't named very many subs, so that would indicate to me that some of their players are particularly struggling. As I said, Gerzakov, he's an old striker now, hasn't got a club at the moment, weirdly enough, but he's still got a lot about him. But there is some players in this team with a lot of pace and a lot of power who can really, really cause us some issues in here. They're playing with 2 defensive midfielders, so that'll be very interesting to see on there. I'm just going to say to the boys, carry on where you left off last time. We'll start off in a standard style of play. Let's really get the boys pumped off for this. Come on. There's a lot more to come from you. Do we change anything with our formation? Do you know what? I'm not going to at the moment. All I'm going to do is just literally just say to Harry Kane, you can be a target man, but just support the midfield, because obviously we're playing with a very defensive 4-3-3. So what that is actually going to say is that if Harry Kane can drop in a little bit more, he can get more involved in the play and give the likes of Danny Drinkwater and James Ward-Prowse more of an access into the game. So that's the plan. Whether or not it will happen is another matter. We'll potentially look at changing some of the other people around in the team as the game progresses. But fitness-wise, is pretty level. Nothing really to separate between us and the Russians. 10 minutes in, there hasn't been a single highlight. Although we are dominating in terms of shots, the Russians are yet to register a single shot. Walker. Sterling. Now heads on. Harry Kane somehow gets the ball ahead of his marker. Plays it inside to James Ward-Prowse. Off to the left-hand side of Oxlade-Chamberlain. Skips past his man into the box to Sterling. Oh, what's happened there? I don't really know what happened. Sterling at the back post. I thought it was going to get a decent shot away, but it never happened. Good start from the boys, though. We're doing well. We're doing well. So it's half-time at the Stade Velodrome. And for all of our domination in terms of shots and actual play, there's only been the one proper highlight to show you, which just indicates to me that we're not firing on all cylinders in terms of actual proper chances being cut out. I'm just going to say that we're unlucky, boys. Let's try and get them a bit more pumped up. There's a lot more to come from you. I believe in you. Assertively saying there's more to come from you. I'm just going to make a sub after I've done this. So Raheem Sterling, I'm going to take him off. He's not had a very good game so far. Jay Rodriguez, I've been really impressed with him every time he's come onto the pitch so far. He's going to switch over to the left. Oxlade-Chamberlain on the right. Hopefully Jay can perform for me and get us a goal. As I said, Sterling's not quite been at the races today, but if we get through to the semi-finals, hopefully him only playing a half will keep him fresh enough that he's not going to be too tired and can have more of an impact later on. As I said, I keep looking forward to the semi-finals, but we've got to focus on this game. I need to focus on this game. 55 minutes on the clock, still no highlights to bring you. Just one thing to note of though, Eric Dyer, Drinkwater and Prowse, our midfield three, are performing really well, above the 7 rating. No one else in our team is actually having that an amazing game. But, defence by the Russian mistake. Oxlade-Chamberlain, goal! Oxlade-Chamberlain, yes! Mistake here by Shannon, the Russian defender. Oxlade-Chamberlain cuts inside. Keeper's in no man's land and coolly slots home. Get in there. Now what do we do from here? Because there's literally been nothing in the game. The Russians haven't really had that many noteworthy shots to bring us. So I don't really want to change the formation, the style, because they haven't been that impressive in terms of going forward. So there shouldn't be any reason for me to have to change it. Although, having said that, the Russians are on their first proper attack of the game. Shatov. Ball's intercepted by John Stones though. Ward-Prowse just plays a long ball up to Harry Kane. Long ball over the top to Chamberlain. What can he do now on the right side? Takes it past his marker. Cuts inside to the box. Back post. Jay Rodriguez. I knew he'd do it. I knew Jay would do it. Get in. 2-0. Come on. That switch has proved crucial. Oxlade-Chamberlain on the right hand side. Skips past all of his men. Fantastic ball. Jay's at the back post to tap it in. Get in, boys. Absolutely get in. 68 minutes in. We're now 2-0 up. Same thing as last time. Eric Dyer is just going to come off. Phil Jones is going to come on. Phil Jones, although he's got his critics in real life, I actually think on this game he's so athletic and so powerful that in a holding role he's actually perfect. He's actually perfect for what you want in a holding midfielder. He's got energy, he's got power, he's got the strength. Just as I'm bigging up Phil Jones, who's that? Who was that marking him? Was that Phil Jones? Please don't say it was. Shatov into the ball. They're saying that's Jones's fault, but how is that Jones's fault? How in the world is that Phil Jones's fault? That's poor from us. That's their first proper shot on target, and there's now 2-1. And all of a sudden, we're now in trouble. Ward-Prowse with the corner in. Chris Smalling at the back post. Stones 3-1. Get in. Come on. Yes. James Ward-Prowse doing what he does best on his corners. Smalling flicks on. John Stones at the back post to head in. That's 3-1, and surely that is game over. 5 minutes left on the clock. I'm just going to make my final substitution. I'm just going to say Mark Noble, come on for Drinkwater. Just to run down the clock. give, Danny Drinkwater 5 more minutes break. It's not much, but well deserved. 30 seconds left on the clock and we are through to the semi-finals of the European Championship. Far more comfortable game than I ever anticipated it actually being. But, the boys have turned up. Oxlade-Chamberlain on the right-hand side has been a revelation. He has been absolute class. A goal and an assist to his name. Yeah, Oxlade-Chamberlain's been sensational today. He really has. He has been absolutely fantastic. I'm just going to say a good win, boys. Well done. Let's progress now and find out who we are going to be drawn against in the semi-final. We've been drawn against Poland. Oh my word, unbelievable. So how did they get on in their last match? Obviously we know they won, but they won on penalties. Good, right. That means, wow, geez, they've only just played today. That's incredible. Right, so it took them to beat Wales on penalties. It took them to beat Holland on penalties, which is good because all of this time they're wasting energy with extra time and penalty shootouts. So that means that they're playing even more games. Now, why I looked at the third is because our game was on the 30th. So we've had 3 days break in between them playing. That's absolutely insane. So our players are going to be, in terms of fitness wise, they're going to be in a far better position than what the Polish will be. So what is the other semi-final like? Wow, right, wow. Spain versus Turkey. So Turkey beat the Germans 1-0. Wow. This tournament, I tell you, is wide open. It is anyone's guess. If you were a betting man, you'd have to say that Spain are the favourites. Probably followed by us, Poland, and then Turkey in last place. But insane. So we are playing Poland in the semi-final. Jeez, incredible. Absolutely incredible. Hopefully those extra rest days as well will help us out. That's going to be our next game. Look, guys, if you've enjoyed the quarterfinal, if you've enjoyed this win against Russia, hit the like button. Tell your friends about the series. We're building up to the Euros in real life, or potentially going to be in the Euros in real life. Tell your friends about this. Let them know what DJM FM says should be done in terms of the England squad. This is incredible. We've got to the semi-finals against Poland. Insane. As I said, tell your friends, like, comment, subscribe. Just insane. How far do you think we can now go? Do you think we can go on to win the tournament? Semi-finals? Do you reckon this is going to be it? Final? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, as always on the channel, adios.